EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Simply put, there is nothing like it in the game of golf. It is by far the biggest spectator event in the sport. We're at TPC Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
Well, everybody wants to know about 16, the famed par 3 here, surrounded by those skyboxes. Once again, that'll be a topic of the day. But really, this is a regular sight for the PGA Tour. So those of you that were familiar with the golf course, it's now changed. 2014, the designers Morris and Weiskopf did a massive renovation.
Well over 100,000 fans every day, better than 500,000 for the week. It's a giant party mixed in with a heck of a tournament. Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
He pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
And this attempt will be from about 130 yards. All right, Frank, second shot.
Yeah, it looks like a good lie. Just take maybe half a club more than the distance allows. Still got to check the wind. You don't have to fly the ball all the way to the flag from here.
Getting set now over the putt. Do that, Frank. What a putt.
I don't go that far on a holiday. It's no snack, though.
Terrific young talent, Patrick Rodgers, trying to make birdie. A great roll right there. Just a pure stroke, right in the heart. Just a couple of feet. And so just getting started, even par so far. Teed up here at the par 4 second. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
This hole has been lengthened in 2014, some 30-plus yards. Bunkering down the right has also changed, making this drive a little bit more important now. You can't just blaze away over the hill. Green also changed with the addition of 2 bunkers on the left side.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Bradley's a New Englander, huge Red Sox and Patriots fan. Actually hangs, get this, he hangs with Michael Jordan. He doesn't hang in the air like MJ could, but he hangs on the golf course with the hoops legend.
Are you saying he's big time?
He is. You hang with Michael Jordan, yeah, you're big time. What's it look like, Frank?
Judging by that lean, Rich, this has got to be going right.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This is a good-looking shot. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. So, 2 under early on. Has the putt, and now at -1. Good stroke right there. That's a par, and stays at 1 under. Now the third hole, it's a par 5, and how does this one set up, Frank?
It's a nice yardage around that 550, 560 yard mark. So a good drive, you can certainly reach the par 5 and 2. Got to flash it across a little bit of a desert there. This green has been completely changed in 2014, and the addition of 1 bunker to that right side. Used to be 2.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball's sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Beautiful looking shot right here. Good contact, good result.
Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the wind right now.
And right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that they don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
This has no chance of finding the fairway. This is turning left.
Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
And he's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
Frank, that was a pretty tough lie out of the rough there.
Yeah, it made that actually a little easier than what it really is. It would have been too easy to try and bite off more than you can chew. So I got to give him a pat on the back for that.
Back in the fairway. That's a bit offline in the rough. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole.
You know, the way that came out, really lucky to be on the fringe.
He'll still have a good chance to come out of here with a decent score. Well, Frank, this is something we've seen more and more of in recent years, players just on the fringe.
Yeah, it's good to see. It shows he's thinking. You don't just have to grab the lob wedge, and that's it. A hybrid putt, you name it, whatever works.
Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. Well, that's all you want right there. Just lag it down, don't get too crazy, and now just a tap in left. Locked in on the read and the speed. That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
At least he's seen the line as it went past the hole. So just replicate that on the way back.
Keegan Bradley for par. Ooh, that hurts. So a drop shot here at the third hole, Frank.
Yeah, another putt missed.
A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Even par early on. So with that, the score is now at even par. One over for the day. Here now at the par 3 fourth. Frank, what's the setup here?
Plays a little downhill, so it won't play its full 180 yards. You can perhaps take one club off the decision off the tee. The green, as you can see now, is a little wider than what it was deep. The bunkering, though, is certainly excellent there. A little pop bunker on the right side, one there if you come up a little short, and there's another one on the left side should you pull your tee shot.
Frank, looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. And when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a two-putt, well done.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants to do over there. Really. This is an awkward length.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
This for par. Still playing even for the day after the par. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Well, Frank, now at the fifth hole, the par 4, the challenge stiffens just a bit.
Yeah, the longest par 4, obviously in the start of this golf course, around the 470-yard mark. 2 bunkers down the right have been changed to 1, but it's in the perfect position now. Of course, that new tee added to add a little bit of length to this hole. The green still remains relatively similar to what it used to be. Well, where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that? Ooh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
And it is not looking like a good lie. Not in the fairway, but not too bad, just in that first cut.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Frank, even at major championships, a good crowd on a single day might be 25 to 30,000. Consider this for just a moment. At the TPC Scottsdale in 2013, round number 3 on Saturday, almost 180,000 fans jammed into that ballpark.
It's hard to imagine that's twice the gate at a Super Bowl on a golf course. Now, obviously, some of it's hidden because of the size of the acreage, but golf just doesn't get that type of crowds anywhere else in the world. But it works at TPC Scottsdale. They have a crowd that keeps going back. They have the Bird's Nest, for example, that goes there. The parties that ring around there. It's an atmosphere that golf never gets anywhere else, but it really works there. The players feel it too. They breathe it. And this is 1 week of the year, just 1 week, where they do feel like superstars.
It's a mix of soft spikes and stiletto heels. There's nothing quite like the TPC Scottsdale. And setting up here in the rough.
Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
That's
not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Still even par for the day. Just a couple of feet. Drops it, and he's at even par. So, 2 over par for the round. Par 4 sixth, and Frank, a couple of options here.
Yeah, a hole that bends to the left. A draw is the preferred shot off the tee. The longer hitters will have a big advantage. They'll be able to get it down there and just have a pitch or a short wedge into this. If you're not, that long, then you're going to have to lay it back short of those bunkers. That's going to leave a lengthy second shot.
That's been the story of the day, hacking it out of the rough.
Going to have grass stains on the shoes come the end.
He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
And that one rolls just into the rough.
Now you have to decide whether or not that ball's going to fly or not.
He'll need to be strong with this. Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left. And he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another. Could have been a lot worse. That he didn't finish up too bad.
No, just on the fringe, so he'll still have an opportunity to knock this one in. Anything you do differently with your setup?
Just dig my feet into the sand a little bit more, but make sure you focus on the exact spot on the ball you want to hit. Now, this is not hitting in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
All right, Frank, just on the fringe, he might be thinking about making this.
Yeah, he's a better chipper than you, Rich.
Frank, he has to be scratching his head as he reaches for a sand wedge or a gap wedge for his next shot.
Well, you know the FedEx Cup, Rich. I mean, you're meant to get there by 10:30 tomorrow. That thing's still going. Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough.
Inexcusable.
This would give him a big momentum boost. Birdie putt for Keegan Bradley. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Settles in over the putt. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Just a little tap in here. Frank, this is where you want to step away from the controller for just a second.
Yeah, good. Mr. Good just met Mr. Bad.
Tough hole has this now for double bogey. Rough day so far, 4 over par on the round. Frank, where's the difficulty here on the 7th hole, the par 3 of more than 200 yards?
Well, Rich, front hole locations are always probably the toughest here because that's the narrowest part of the green. Bunkering really hasn't changed, and the green still does widen up, but the hole tends to play slightly uphill. Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it. In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it. Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3. Well, that's the best that was going to be on the fringe.
Not too bad. In the green side bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem. And he's made the green. Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target. That was a little over-ambitious.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Once you hit double par, it is time to just pick up and move on. Count that as a triple bogey. Ouch. Patrick now eyeing a par. Okay, that's par. 3 over for the round. Well, the train went off the tracks here on this hole. This is for double bogey. Putt drops. Now at 1 over par. Now here at the par 4 8th, slight dogleg to the left, Frank.
And this dogleg's made more severe now by the addition of 2 bunkers. This was a bunkerless hole off the tee in years gone by, but those 2 bunkers certainly make this a sharper dogleg. And because it forces the player to go down the right side, adds length to the already long 475 yards.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder. Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah. In the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. One of the game's talented young players, Patrick Rodgers, ready for his approach. That will be a great look at birdie. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th.
Really? This is that awkward length.
Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful putt. Patrick Rodgers' putt for birdie. So with that putt, 2 over par now. Just a couple of feet. Frankie just can't seem to put it together today.
Yeah, really, you've got to go back to that double bogey, Rich, because ever since then, it's been like a different player. And that's one thing that you have to get over, experience-wise. Somehow you've got to let that go, but it is easier to say and harder to do.
That sets up well for a chance at the green here at the 9th. Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
This is a shot from 185 yards in the rough.
Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
On the fairway from the rough. Second shot now for Keegan Bradley.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Chance to get it close here. Frank, safe to say he is not having his best day out here today. What kind of advice do you give a player who's struggling?
Well, you just almost got to forget what's happened. I know that's easier said than done. Just start a clean slate. Just hit a good shot. Just find a fairway. Don't try and get too specific. There's enough out there. The greens are big enough. Just find a piece of green. Find a piece of fairway. Maybe knock a couple of putts in. And then let it add up in your direction.
Settles in over the putt. Oh, yeah, he's going to love that one, Frank. Sensational effort.
Oh, just eat that up.
Keegan Bradley for par. Just has the feel today. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Makes it and moves to 1 over. Hello again and welcome. Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports at one of the great venues in all of golf, TPC Scottsdale. Upwards of 500,000 fans expected throughout the week here. A lot of buzz being generated, and now plenty of fireworks as well on this back nine.
There is, Rich. This is a Super Bowl type atmosphere, and the 10th hole, what a wonderful way to start this back nine. A dogleg right that's been radically changed in 2014. Numerous bunkers added. This is a very strict dogleg right par 4, and by that, I mean you're going to have to hit it down the left to have an open shot at this green.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. As this shot from 110 yards. Well, Frank, the wind is really starting to pick up.
You've got to fixate on the direction now. If you get the direction wrong and or mistime one of those gusts, all sorts of problems.
Getting set now over the putt. Just a beautiful roll there.
Oh, that's like stealing.
Talk to any of the experts. They will tell you this is a guy to keep an eye on. Patrick Rodgers has this now for birdie. There you have it. Well done. Great putt. 10-foot putt left. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Now at the par 4 11th, Frank, I really like this hole.
Well, you might be the only one, Rich, because this is an absolute scorecard wrecker. Water all the way down the left side. There's two bunkers. Don't worry about that. They're not off the tee. They're around the green. They protect the left front and the back. If you think you can bail out down the right side, well, you could find cactus and all sorts of crazy things down the right. And believe me, go down there, more than anything, they'll wreck your scorecard as well.
He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard. I'm loving that balance.
Good contact, good result. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really, the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Early part of his back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. This one has a chance to be close.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Oh, good roll, good putt.
Kaymer trying to put that free-flowing putting stroke to good use, has this for birdie. Well, thank you at last. A birdie. That was a long time coming, Frank.
Yeah, finally he strung some shots together. Now, if all of a sudden he can do the same on the next hole, he might just get a run going.
In red figures at 1 under par. Par 3 12 may not be as famous as the par 3 16th, but Frank, you think this may be a tougher and even better hole?
We see more bogeys and double bogeys here on 12 than 16 will ever see, and courtesy of the water behind and to the right of this green. If you're going to bail out, find one of those bunkers. A good bunker player obviously can get it up and down, but it's still no snack trying to record your par 3 at 12. Not a problem there, Rich. Really. This is an awkward length.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf. It giveth and it taketh away.
So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 7th hole seems to have shaken his confidence. Just a couple of feet. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. This would give him a bogey. One over for the day. Par 5 13th, chance for birdie or maybe even eagle if you're bold and brave enough, but also, Frank, chance for disaster here?
Well, there is. Water very much in play down the right side. There's a bunker down the left too. If you finish up in that, there's no way you're going for this par 5 and 2. Then it becomes a little bit of a zigzag mission. The second shot either has to be hit down the right side, just skirting that bunker in the front, or it has to be all carry.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got to weigh a little bit on that tee ball. So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see.
Off the flight path again.
That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Frank, ball is in the rough here. What are the problems on this next shot?
Well, this is really where the skill level comes in. A good part. This is where the good player separates himself from the rest.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Patrick Rodgers, third shot. It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Frank, that was a pretty tough lie out of the rough there.
Yeah, it made that actually a little easier than what it really is. It would have been too easy to try and bite off more than you can chew. So I got to give him a pat on the back for that.
Back in the fairway. Looks like he just misread that. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good, line looked good, just did not take that final break.
Patrick Rodgers' putt for birdie. So that was probably a makeable putt, but everything had to be right. The speed and the read didn't quite have it dialed in on line there. So a tester from 4 feet. And at last, he has made a birdie.
And what can he do from here, though? Is that the start of something? It looks like it is.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. So with that, the score is now at even par. Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Those keep the round going, those par putts. At the 14th now, it's a par 4.
And a dogleg left once again. The bunker on the left side is being pushed out to the fairway to really make you think whether or not you can carry that. It's a lengthy second shot because it's going to play a little bit uphill. And this green is well protected on the left side with the 2 bunkers.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, it's certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. That was just a beautiful drive and hit it solid and right in the middle. Frank, out of the rough, best to swing a little bit easier or get after it with all you have.
Well, a little bit in between. Obviously, it's going to require a little bit of strength to make sure that club keeps going through, but it's still the planning of the shot. Once again, check short. Is there anything I have to carry? And even remember, there's always the option of just simply pitching the ball down the fairway and taking your medicine.
Now playing the second here at the par 4. Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know, it might just go in.
Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Settles in over the putt. This to avoid a huge number. This is for bogey. So, 2 over par for the round. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Great scoring opportunity here at the par 5 15th, but Frank, I'm wondering, as a player, is your mind beginning to think about what's ahead at that par 3 16th hole?
Oh, they are. This is really the finishing stretch at TPC Scottsdale, where you get all these swing holes. 15 is a swing hole. 16, 17, and 18, where so many changes in the score can actually happen. But this one here is all about finding the fairway. A good drive down here will be well rewarded because you'll have a chance to reach this par 5 and 2.
Tugged that one a little bit offline to the left, and he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. Pretty good result right there, considering
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
you can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Frank, way offline all day long.
Yeah, this is a head scratcher, really. Seen him play before. Normally much better than this. This is abnormal, that's for sure.
Frank, anything you do differently from the rough in terms of your swing? Do you hinge the club a little bit more quickly?
No, normally put the ball just a little bit further back in your stance because you want the club to be going down. Down, it's got to go down through the grass, through the ball.
He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is, just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Playing his fourth shot after the third was wet. Oh, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
That ball is lost in the water. After hitting it in the drink, this is the fourth shot.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. The scorecard is quickly adding up. This has to go in the hazard.
Needs to get up or it's going. So drop the shot after ending up with the water on that recent miscue. This now the fourth shot after the last one was in the water.
Yeah, just somehow just get it on the green.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a master class in short game.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Wouldn't call it a great approach shot, but it still ends up in the fringe.
Yeah, a little bit of magic from here. Yeah, the hole's not over.
So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. That was a pretty nasty lie out of the rough. He did the right thing there, Frank. Keegan lining this one up for par. Oh, I thought he had that. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Rolls in the par putt, stays at +2. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Well, too bad. He gives one back. Made an absolute mess of this hole. It's not quite as bad as what Jean Van de Velde did at Carnoustie in 1999, blowing the Open Championship. But it's bad. Frank, the one moment that sort of made the 16th hole what it is today would have to be Tiger's ace in 1997 here at the TPC Scottsdale when it was raining plastic cups.
It was also his reaction, too, and that ushered in the Tiger Woods era that we became associated with, which is the fist-pumping, the rowdy spectators. I mean, he was one of the few players that bridged the gap between spectator and golf course. And it still goes on till today. And I think Rory McIlroy probably is the only other player that starts to broach that type of inside and outside atmosphere with golf.
Still to this day, it's the loudest single moment that I can ever remember hearing on a golf course. Yeah, about 150 yards left here, Frank. This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Frank, he might like this one. He might like it. And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
This is a putt for birdie from long range. Probably would be happy to get down in two. Bradley for his par. Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful putt. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Two over for the day. '17th hole, Frank, and this one is really set up for maximum excitement.
Well, there's two things that you really think of. How do I play this hole and how is it going to affect the rest of my round? This is the penultimate hole. If you make a mistake here, it'll carry over. It might cost you the tournament. But if you're a hero, it's going to carry forward to 18. This is why 17 is such a big swing hole.
Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Not what he wanted, but he's headed to the beach. Looks like about 80 yards left.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Love it with a nice splash out of the bunker. It lands softly and just runs out right next to the hole. Beautiful shot. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Lays the face open. He'll try to pop this one out.
This is an awkward length. A lip out's fine as long as it doesn't happen to you.
Birdie chance for Keegan Bradley. One more turn of the golf ball.
Hubert Green once said 99% of putts that come up short don't go in.
And getting ready for the putt. And at last, he has made a birdie.
And what can he do from here, though? Is that the start of something? It looks like it is.
Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Trying to grind out a par here. Needs it. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round.
Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, evidence, the new bunkering down the left side, but it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. It might be a tough shot coming up. That is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Keegan Bradley ready to go with his approach. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. And right on 145 yards left to the flagstick. This has not been a great round as we head toward the finishing stretch here. You can tell the winds have really affected the shots out on the course. Let's see if they can muster something coming to the finish line. And this attempt will be from about 130 yards. Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Getting set now over the putt. That's a round of 70 on the day. Kaymer now trying to put that putting stroke to good use once more. If this drops, it would give him yet another birdie. Lining this one up for par. Needs birdies at some point, but will take the par to stay at 2 over. Just a little tap in here. Well, you almost lose count at this point. Safe to say, not under par. In fact, well over par.
Frank, you don't get it every day. The game is just too hard.
No, you've got to play with it though. The swings, the turns, you're on a roundabout, and every now and again, things just come out your way.